Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to week 12 of the Pokemon Battle Association Season 4. This week we are battling Kyle and he has a ridiculous team. He's got the Nidoking that I wanted in the draft. He got the Zapdos that I wanted in the draft, and he could have brought Gardevoir. I traded Excelgor to him, and so now he has Excelgor. And so let's get on with this battle. As you can see, I brought Snorlax, and Azelf is going to be really important. Mega Beedrill, Smeargle. I was really shocked that he did not bring Manaphy. I don't have a very good answer to Manaphy except for Volcanion, but I didn't bring a really great Volcanion set this week. So anyway, I lead with Skarmory as I normally do, and here is Nidoking out, and I switch into Snorlax here because Snorlax is able to eat up hits, especially with Thick Fat. I'm able to eat up this Flamethrower quite nicely. So that was a decent turn one for me. Nidoking goes for the superpower, and I take a huge hit. And so I do see that this is a Life Orb Nidoking, which makes me kind of happy because at least two things on my team are faster than Nidoking, and so yes, it is a threat, but at least I have at least two ways to beat Nidoking, and so I'm kind of happy about that. I really need to live this superpower, and I barely live. I get my rest up. This is my rest Sleep Talk set with Power Up Punch and Body Slam because Kyle does not have a Ghost type. And if Kyle does not have a Ghost type, then I can, then I'm in a winning situation here if you think about it. Now, unfortunately for Kyle, he does not have a fighting type Pokemon. So Snorlax is looking pretty good in this situation, but he did bring at least two Pokemon with fighting type moves. You saw the superpower on Nidoking, but also on this Mega Aggron he does have Low Kick, and Low Kick does plenty of damage to me. I was still asleep there, and here comes a Sleep Talk, and I go for Body Slam. Can I get the paralysis? If I get the paralysis, then that is exceedingly helpful. I do not get it, and I am just hanging on barely with my leftovers. And so I do have two switch-ins to Low Kick. I have Azelf and I have Mega Beedrill, although both of them are not all that important. I'm sorry, it's not very safe to bring them in case he goes for something else. So there's the critical hit, like I was kind of waiting for that to happen, essentially. Here is another Sleep Talk, and here's another chance to go for a Body Slam, and that's a critical hit, which does a good bit. No paralysis. And Snorlax is forced to come back. And so I bring in Smeargle here, and I brought in Smeargle because Smeargle was meant to counter a setup Manaphy with Heart Swap Baton Pass into one of two of my special attackers on the team. None of that actually happened, and so I just go for a Sticky Web, and with that Sticky Web, everything is slowed down except for the Zapdos, and then Mega Beedrill can have a field day. Mega Beedrill can hopefully have a field day. So out goes the War Machine, and in comes Overlooked. Overlooked the Zapdos. Now, I hope that Zapdos doesn't actually defog. I do Whirlwind the Zapdos out as Mega Aggron switches. So here is a bad situation for me. Here's the Sticky Web. Maybe I'll be faster, maybe not. He does withdraw the Nidoking as I go for the Icy Wind, I believe. Kyle has a little bit of an ice weakness on his team, and even if it's not weak to ice specifically, an icy wind can slow things down on his team, and that can be exceedingly helpful. So here's another icy wind, and Overlooked is looking a little bit better here. Speed falls. Here's a defog. Now, I could reset my rocks here. He does go for a Thunderbolt. I do have the Waken Berry and my speed. Not my speed. I go for Whirlwind. That's what I'm trying to say. I go for Whirlwind. That's why Zapdos was faster there. So in comes this Kyurem Black. Kyurem Black is really important. I really need to know what item this thing has. So an Ice Beam is able to take out Skarmory. And I see that this is a Life Orb Zum Zum Buzz. A Life Orb Kyurem Black. And so I know that Beedrill is going to be faster once it Mega Evolves. So I pretty much know every item on my opponent's team, except for the Excelgor. And so I know that Mega Beedrill can outspeed everything. And so that is very, very good knowledge to know. That's very good knowledge to know. So here's Snorlax, and I'm essentially sacking off Snorlax here whenever I U-turned. So here comes a Draco Meteor. Can Snorlax live a Draco Meteor with its massive special bulk? No, it cannot. So Snorlax drops, which is okay. It's perfectly okay, actually. Now, it's a 3 to 6 battle right here, so I really need to start knocking some things out, like, immediately. Like, absolutely immediately. I need to start knocking things out right away. So I go for the Nasty Plot on the switch, and Azelf is faster than everything. So I go for the Flamethrower. I'm sorry, Azelf is not faster than Excelgor. So there's that. The Mega Aggron does go down. And in comes Excelgor. Excelgor is faster, goes for Final Gambit. And I do live that. And Excelgor does drop to that Final Gambit. As I go for Thunderbolt. Oh well. So now in comes Nidoking, and Nidoking does get Sucker Punch. Now I was thinking, no way is it getting Sucker Punch. But what do you know? It has Sucker Punch. So lesson learned, if it could bring Sucker Punch, it probably does bring Sucker Punch. And so this is my time to shine with Volcanion, but I realized that I gave Volcanion the right IVs and EVs, but I forgot to give it the right moveset. So I was going to go for Flame Charge if I had Flame Charge, and then Volcanion would be faster than everything else on his team, and I could literally sweep Kyle right now. But I can't do that because I was stupid and I forgot to put Flame Charge on Volcanion, because Volcanion would be able to take out the Kyurem without taking that massive hit, and I would be able to outspeed everything else on his team, and then he was definitely not going to switch in Nidoking here to take a Steam Eruption. But I messed up. I messed up pretty bad, and so now it is up to Mega Beedrill. Can Mega Beedrill pull off a win here? So he switches, and in comes Overlooked, and I went for the Drill Run because that was the only thing that was actually going to knock out Nidoking. And so the Poison Jab actually was strong enough to take out Zapdos, so that's one gone. Next is Glue, and hopefully I have enough power to take out the Glue, but Audino's pretty bulky, and there's the Thunder Wave. And oh boy, a little piece of my soul died there whenever that Thunder Wave landed, a little piece of my soul just died. And so here's a knockoff, and critical hit didn't really matter all that much. Another poison jab is enough to take out the glue, and so auto no does go down. Sucker punch is a roll to kill, but he doesn't even have to go for sucker punch if he has flamethrower, and that is easily enough to take out Mega Beedrill. So great game, Kyle. You played well, but I played pretty well. But you know, if I brought Flame Charge, then things would have been a lot different, and I would have had a 2-0 win, or maybe even a 1-0 win. But you know what? That's life sometimes, and it just didn't work out for me. Also, check out Kyle's channel. Link is in the description, and he's a really great guy, and he could use some support. So definitely look at his channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then like this video, comment on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys later. Peace.